Hello, Qui-Gon, Swamp Rats, and anyone else. Trevins here. Just wanted to make kind of a fun video today. This one isn't going to be overly informative unless you're not really familiar with some top tier characters. Maybe open up a little bit of discussion there, but just wanted to talk about who the best character in Galaxy of Heroes is. So this is as of Thanksgiving, just to put a date on this. I don't know the date, it's somewhere around Thanksgiving. Um, so that somebody doesn't watch this 6 months from now and is like, what? How could he possibly say that? All right, so we're going to go into some contenders, and we're going to talk about who I think is the best character in the game. That's who we got here. We got raid rewards. Oh, look, junk. Junk? Is that some challenge gear? Yeah! Yeah, it is. Sweet. We do got some speedballs, though. Um, hey, Yub. I hear you were looking for those. Do you want some speedballs? We got some there. Hope you did too. I hope J Dollars got crap too, because I was leading the raid all the way through most of P4. Then I'm sure he ran his resistance in P4. I don't actually care. I was just having some fun today. I've sniped him plenty. When I do it, though, it's classy and cheeky and fun. When he does it, he's just a hole. Anywho, all right, so let's talk about some characters. All right, so first up, we're going to talk about let's say, talk of the town. What most people are probably going to go with is going to be Commander Luke. All right, Luke is everywhere. All right, so you can solo the Rancor with Luke. You can easily solo the Rancor with Luke and Raid Han. It's 2 mana, no problem, 10 minutes flat. You can solo P1 of the tank with Luke, or easily do it with Luke and Raid Han. He's an absolute beast in P3. He's on a solo team in P3. He's a beast in P4. He's also a beast in P2. As we know, he's also a beast in Arena if you check your meta reports. Luke-led teams are going to be the biggest meta team on there, and he's one of the top characters overall in Arena. In territory battles for light side, he's an absolute beast. He single-handedly won a lot of people some battles, and he also revives himself if he dies, because he's one of the heroes. So Luke is everywhere. If you don't have Luke, you're probably trying to get Luke, and I would highly recommend that you get Luke. Not that he's going to be a top tier character forever, but he's going to be a top tier character for a long time, and it's a free character just by getting other characters, so it's always a good thing. Luke will be coming back in December. Don't quote me on that, but the first week of December, so it may have got pushed back a little bit, but Luke should be here in December. They're going to want to release that. Um, you're going to see BB-8 come back so that to give those people a second chance to get him, to get Rey on there, and then you're probably going to see Luke come back as well. And just for fun, why not? We'll throw R2 in the mix as well. I think Thrawn's back right now, so I see December as everyone coming back. Okay, back to our characters. Next up, I'm going to put this guy a little bit above Luke. R2. So R2 is not raid dominant like Luke is. He's certainly in some fun teams and some teams that can do some really cool stuff with the stealth and revives. If you want to get into some of the crazier stuff, he definitely ups damage on raid teams. He's great in P4 teams. He's good in P2 teams. He's really good in P3 teams on there. But what R2 does, when you think about the different teams that you have, if you're running a light side team, you're probably going to have R2 in there. If you've got a Zetas. Number Crunch, I think, is the best Zeta in the game. It just increases damage so much if you're running light side characters. I mean, we'll have a look at it real quick. So he gains blah, blah, blah. He gains stuff, and then he gives it. He gives all that stuff to other peoples, and he works with so many factions because he is a droid, a Galactic Republic, Rebel, Resistance, and supports on a faction. All right, so number crunch is huge. If you think back, I mean, if you were running Jedi in Arena before CLS kind of took over, you were running R2. If you were running Maul, R2 destroyed you we put that out there as soon as R2 came out. We're like, mall teams are dead. And we all started switching away. Those were running, except for Yub. Yub stuck with it and said, oh, I can still take first every day. And then a couple weeks later, he's like, I can't take top 20 because I'm a Yub. I'm just kidding. I love Yub. All right. So R2 Combat Analysis is another one of my favorite Zetas. It's a top 5 Zeta to me on there. I mean, all allies. So this affects Dark Side as well. Critical chance and 10% accuracy. That's along with that, with his burn, is what just shut down the mall teams. Mainly the burn, but that definitely helped that 10% accuracy. But then, if you're running light side, suffer a critical hit, or when they score a critical hit, dispel all debuffs on them. So if you're running Luke lead, you've got that counter on all your rebels. Like, let's just say Vader. Vader goes, does his little dot move. The rebels basically kill him with counters, and they cleanse the dots. As long as it's not a Vader lead, obviously. But even if it is a Vader lead, they just killed him. R2's got the stun. He's got the stealth. He's in, I would say, more teams than what Luke is. Again, he's not as good in raids. But when you're thinking about making a team, if you're not running Luke lead, you might not be running Luke on there. Still, you see a lot of people running Luke with the Barris, Kenobi, and things like that. But when I run across a team that doesn't have R2, it's like, oh, I actually get to pick and choose which guys I'm going to kill. Because let's be honest, taunts, that's a fracture or a buff immunity from Luke away. But R2 gets that stealth up, and he's super fast. All right, so I would put R2 just a little bit above Luke. I might change my mind tomorrow on that. But those are definitely 2 top tier characters. I think those are 2 characters a lot of people would pick as their favorites. But I'm going to go into what I think is my top tier character right now, my absolute best character. And my opinion on this just changed a couple days ago. I would have said R2 previously. But with the release of Territory Wars, I started thinking about teams, and there's one character that I was like, man, I really wish I had more of them. Whoops. It's not Thrawn. I misclicked on there. So, the top character, the best character in the game, you might have guessed it. That's right. It's Kenobi! Just messing with you. Rex used to be the best character in the game. I'm going to go with Kenobi. The why Kenobi? First of all, I don't think anyone's going to drop Kenobi probably out of their top 5, maybe even their top 3 in the first place. So it's not like it's a big stretch. I'm not saying anything crazy here that, oh, Kenobi might be the best character in the game. He's not that good in raids. I mean, he's a good character. He works well in raids. Rancor, you can get the assist off, stuff like that. P1, you've got the Retribution team with Maul, but, I mean, with CLS, that team isn't, unless you're finishing the raid in like 4 minutes and you just need as much damage as you possibly can during that time as you're trying to run multiple teams. He's good in P4. He's good in P3 on there if you can keep him alive. If you can keep that taunt up, he's good in P4. Are the old Sid Maul teams, the Jugger Maul, or the one team to rule the Maul teams that we ran on there. J-Dollars used Kenobi and I'm a Gun Die a lot there. He's a beast in Arena, and this is where I'm going to give him the edge over R2 or Luke. If you were running a Zal team back in the day, you were probably using Kenobi. If you're running CLS lead, you're definitely using Kenobi. If you're running Xeris, obviously you're using Kenobi, the Kenobi lead. With that 2 weeks that Empire was strong with Thrawn and Shore Trooper and Death Trooper, a lot of people are running Kenobi in that team there. The reason that I gave Kenobi the edge is because I was thinking about teams that I wanted to make for Territory Wars. So we're going to need about 8 teams for that. So I was thinking about the offense and the defense ones. And I was like, all right, so I've got my Luke team. I was like, oh, R2 goes in that team. I've got Jedi, like, oh, R2 goes in Jedi. I've got this team, oh, anything light side, it's like R2 goes into. That's kind of where R2 got the edge over Luke. And then I started thinking about my dark side teams and everything, and I was like, wait a minute. I only have one Kenobi. I ran Kenobi with all those teams. I ran Kenobi was all, every team I was thinking, I was like, kind of wish I had Kenobi on that team. That's why I'm going to give him the edge. Luke is more versatile in the raids. R2, definitely ups your damage, does some really cool stuff. But Kenobi is an absolute arena staple, has been since people started to get him. And when I think about arena teams, which is basically what Territory Wars is a bunch of arena teams, I'm thinking I want Kenobi on dang near every one of them. So if you have a different opinion, feel free. You can throw it in GroupMe. I don't think anyone's going to be too upset about the man, the myth, the high ground legend, the Highlander, Kenobi. Getting it? There can be only one. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, like, share, subscribe. I honestly don't care if you do any of that. If you like the videos, cool. If you don't, I'm okay with that too. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.